prayed to God, the God that they were obeying, the God that they were worshiping, that they were following, and God told Moses, He said, just stretch forth your rod, and the sea parted ways, the water parted ways, and the Israelites were walking in the middle of the Red Sea, and people and the soldiers, the enemies, they decided to follow, and you know what the rest of the story was. The conclusion was that of the sea, God decided to close back the little gap that He made between the waters of the ocean. So the soldiers of Pharaoh, they were buried alive. Listen, you don't want to align yourself with the enemies of God. That can get you in trouble really, 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 really fast. So, guess you are wondering what happened to that student that said he will whip my behind. uh, the once he made himself the enemy of God by declaring himself my enemy. And that's why I said it's not just about ministers. It's not just about ministers. It's all the followers of this God that we worship. It could be a small boy. It could be a grown up. It doesn't matter. A small girl. It doesn't matter. If this person is aligned with God, don't mess with that person. If you have a problem with them, with such a person, it's better to discuss it, and in fact the Bible says just forgive and let God fight for you. But don't make yourself an enemy of God, by making yourself an enemy of someone who serves the living God. So this boy, this particular student, the moment he decided to declare himself my enemy, within days, he was working in construction at that time. He was on top of a ladder, and he fell down. The next time I saw him on the campus, it was in a cast. He could not walk, and he nursed that wound for quite a long time, more than 3 months. He was just still in the POP, plaster of Paris, and he. By the time that was over, he forgot about whipping my behind. So you can easily get in trouble by aligning yourself with the enemies of God. Number 2, he said, those who continue in their trespasses. The Bible says, and joined together. Okay? And joined together. Sinners will not go unpunished. I say this with a lot of humility, because we're human beings, and we have to struggle with sin, with iniquity on daily basis. There are different levels of iniquity, okay? Different levels of sin, but perfection is not here yet for those of us who are believers in this world. So in this area, we have to be totally careful, because it is very easy to sin. It's easily, the Bible says, the sins that easily beset us. Paul, the apostle, said the things he wants to do are the things that he cannot do, and the things that he doesn't want to do are the things that he ends up doing. He said, "Oh, this wretched flesh of his." In this world, we are tempted every day. We are tempted all the time, and this can get us in trouble. So it's a struggle. It's a struggle. We have to fight every day to make sure that we overcome sin, that we overcome sin, because it can bring us trouble. I will be concluding this part quickly by sharing this particular testimony. I was preparing for a message, a Sunday sermon one day in Hong Kong, when the Spirit of God opened my eyes, and He said, "I want you to warn my people today. There are some of them, they've been involved in some bad things, and it is time for them to stop, or they will face the consequence." So that day, I decided to have a little illustration in the service, so they can see clearly what God is trying to say to them. So I had a bunch of glass cups. I put them on a table behind me, and I asked someone to have a ball like football, and throw the ball towards me during the message. So the person will throw the ball, and my body will block the ball. So the cups were saved, the glass cups were saved for as long as my body was blocking the ball, the football. So the person threw it a few times. I allowed my body to block this ball, but suddenly, without informing him, one time I decided to dodge the ball, and the ball went straight for the glass cups, and all of them got scattered. So I told them on that day, I said, God is saying He's been protecting you. The devil has been trying to destroy you, like Jesus told Paul. He said, told Peter. Jesus told Peter, He said, "Peter, the enemy has sought to swift you like wheat, but I have prayed for you." So I told them, I said, God is telling you it's time to stop, or you will face the consequence of what you are doing. And so the message ended,